Welcome back to Undercover, and we're here with Ray and Mike. I almost got your name swapped over, but I didn't. So there you go. From My Chemical Romance, guys, you have had not your first album, but essentially your first album to the world.
Yeah,
it's been out for a while, and it's been huge. How, or could you have ever thought that you would be actually touring the world?
No. We, when we made the record, we really made it. I mean, we just kind of made music that we wanted to hear, and we never thought that it would get to this level. We knew that we had, won some fans over because we toured so much on the indie record. We did a lot of touring on that, and we knew that we had a pretty good, strong fan base, but we could have never dreamed that it would have gotten to this level. That we've been to Japan and England and Germany, and now to Australia, and I would have never thought that could have happened.
And your first album, I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love, it was an indie. When you were offered the major deal, was there ever did you ever think of just staying as an indie band?
Well, when we took a long time before we decided to sign with a major. We were in extensive meetings, and we met with a lot of people, and we just basically, like, within a couple of months of us being a band, like, major labels were for whatever reason already talking to us, and for about like a year and a half we just told them, no, we just want to be a band, we want to be left alone, that's what we want. And they were cool, people stayed away. What happened was we were doing so much touring and so much work, and we kept hearing that I can't find your record in stores, and you work so hard playing shows for kids and hoping that they'll be able to take home a CD or find a CD if they're interested in it, or maybe even find it on the internet, and kids couldn't find their music, and that's kind of what drove us to sign to a major. It was really just so kids could get our music. So.
Did anyone ever accuse you of selling out?
To
our face.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple of interviewers or kids that they say it in a roundabout way, like a lot of times kind of.
I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not saying that at all. There's definitely been times where we've done interviews where people, it's almost where we know, like, when people are getting to that question, because it's almost like they start asking this question and then this question and then this question, and boom, do you ever and we just tell them no, we don't feel that at all. We don't feel that we did.
Sellouts. No, that's not true. Because anyone who ever would say, you guys are sellouts or anything, then all you got to say is, as if they wouldn't be signing the deal. You get to travel around the world.
Well, I mean, the people, like, because you signed to a major label doesn't mean you've sold out. It's like, what makes you a sellout is that you sell out on your morals, you sell out on what you believe in. And some bands do that when they sign to the majors, some bands do that when they sign to indies. And I think a lot of people are very uninformed about the music business, about how record labels work. I think that because a label is quote unquote indie, people think that they're this great label and things are better for bands on those indie labels, but you're wrong. And if you think that, you're wrong, and if other people think that are wrong, there are a lot of indie labels that treat their bands like shit. So, make of that what you will.
And the whole punk thing is, I can remember, for example, you're out here with Green Day now. I remember seeing them the first time they toured Australia almost 10 years ago, when the whole punk scene was huge back then. It kind of died off for a while there, but it's coming back.
Yeah.
Why?
I think rock music is in the veins of everybody. It's like hip hop, and there's all these passing fads, but it's just straight up rock music will never go away. And that's really what I think Green Day and punk rock is it's very basic music. And basic music is the music that really speaks to the most people, and this speaks volumes to everybody. And I think that's why Green Day has seen that resurgence, because they write great songs, they write great simple songs that reach people and are saying something. There's emotion in their songs, there's emotion in the lyrics, and that it's undeniable. And I think that's what makes rock music so powerful, is that it can affect people like that.
And 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, the new album. It's not really that new anymore. Are you, for one, are you getting sick of it? You must be. You play the same songs every night.
No,
You don't have to be.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, you want to, as a musician, you always want to be playing new material. You always want to be playing new stuff. We still have fun playing the songs, but I think we're definitely at that point where we just have a great desire to write new stuff and play new stuff for people. I think that maybe kids are tired of listening to this these songs, and they want to hear something new, and we want to play something new. So that's where we're at. It's not it's not like we don't like playing the songs, but we're just ready for something new.
Are you at the point where you can start writing a new album?
Yeah.
Have you started writing a new album?
Yeah, we've been writing material for about probably over a year now.
Yeah,
right?
we've been
over a year. Yeah,
we've been
whenever we have a chance or we feel inspired.
Yeah, we've been writing on the road. It's hard to write on the road sometimes. When you're on tour, you don't get to practice really. You just show up to a venue, you sound check for 20 minutes, maybe a half hour if you're lucky, and you play your set. And that's pretty much it. Like, you don't have access to your instruments. You can jam on guitar, but you can't have a full practice. It's almost impossible. And
is that how you guys write? Everyone in a room?
Yeah, well, usually, like most songs are written, whether it's one person coming up with a riff, Gerard, having a vocal melody, and then it always comes from there. And usually the best way to write songs we've found is the less you have going on at first. You get the core of the song, and then you start adding parts, and you start adding everybody. So usually, it'll be just me and Gerard to work on a part and work something out, work on an arrangement, and then we'll start bringing in the rest of the stuff. But it's just hard to do that on the road. So we're very close to the writing process. We're gonna, after this tour's over, we're gonna take a month off and then get into the practice studio.
Do you have to write the catchiest things ever? Because I've had it, I'm Not Okay, stuck in my head now, and I cannot get it out. Do you actually sit there and go, oh, we've got to write a hook, we've got to make a hook?
We just write songs that we would want to hear, And if they happen to be catchy, we like catchy songs, I mean, there's stuff that's not on that record that's not exactly Hook City, But then there's some songs that are. I mean, it's just we write what we write,
Yeah, there's it's weird. There's never there's no magic formula. There's not like we sit in a room and we throw this there and then throw that there and then throw this there, a little bit of salt, and then you have a great chorus, or a great hook. It's all it's natural, and it just comes off the top of the head. But whenever you do hear something, that hits you in the heart, you have a feeling that it's going to touch other people like that. And so it's not like a calculated thing. Hooks, there's nothing wrong with hooks. Hooks is really what all music has been founded on. A hook is not, it's something that catches your ear and affects you. And so there's nothing bad about that, and there's no sinister thing that there's no formula that we have for it. It just happens.